Hello, K.Jolie Crochet Basics Preview Vlog. So this is number 66. Doing good. Happy Friday. It's Friday today. Anyway, I did work up the Glarbin. I finished him up. And he does still have more spots and stuff like that to sew on. But I made two of them. And the other one I made in different colored greens. You know, a different type of yarn and a different line of yarn. Yeah. And I think he came out pretty good, you know. He still has more spots, but more or less done. And I got to decide if I'm going to do something with the feet, because I do have an idea for the feet, but we'll see what happens, you know. And then, like, where I'm at, let's see. When I was doing the Saxon and rummaging through all the button jars and all this and everything, I did find, like, 2 buttons that worked out. More or less, I had to like adjust and sew one of them in a funky way. And I think that that I had to like stop from making the second one and order buttons, you know, because I even went to a couple of the craft stores and a couple of stores and I was like looking around for buttons and stuff like that. But it, like I just couldn't find the size that I needed and the color, you know, and I was trying to improvise and everything, but stopping working on it and having to order the buttons from the internet or whatever, I think that kind of threw me off. So I have 2 of them made, but only one of them is done, you know, and I think that's like a thing. Like if I don't have all the supplies I need to get started on a project, it kind of throws my brain off, where maybe I think like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to finish it ever, like type of thing, or, oh, I'll get back to it, and then am I getting back to it, you know, like kind of a thing, you know, because I have one, another character that I was working on intensely, like working on this character with the shaping and everything, because the shape of the face on this Remington from Big City Greens. But like I was doing the shaping all like, you know, with it, all increases and decreases and stuff like that to give the full cheeks and all of this on the character, if you know who that is. And like I had put it aside. I was like, all right, I have to, you know, wait to get, I don't know what color it was or whatever. And then I didn't go back to it. And I keep saying like, oh, I got to go back to it. I got to go back to it because I was doing so well. And then every time I tried to go back to it, I had to figure out which notebook had the pattern, because if you've never seen, like, you know, whatever, if this is your first time seeing, I have notebooks upon notebooks, spiral notebooks, old composition notebooks full of patterns. And some of the patterns are complete and some of them are, you know, whips and stuff like that, or several, you know, of the same pattern, just different ways of the same character or the same design, just different ways of doing it, you know. So I think I overwhelm myself in a sense, you know. I really do. I think I overwhelm myself by putting something aside or saying like, oh, I could do this different or whatever it is, and then keep holding on to the written out pattern, but it's half. It's not like the full pattern. Because if I change my mind and I decide I'm going to make something a different way, then I should just kind of like get rid of the original mock-up of the pattern. And I'm talking about the printed. I'm not talking about like, you know, the pieces or whatever, you know, because this is a kiff head, but this was came out too small. But now it's sitting here and I don't know what I'm doing with it. You know, I can make a smaller kiff. That's not a problem, but now this has been sitting here with the scrap yarn stitch marker, and it's a silly thing, you know. And even here, I pulled this one out to work up for the video and everything, but this has been sitting in with my yarn, and I don't, like, I'm like, why didn't I just finish it? Why do I have all bits and bobs of these things? And then I have bits and bobs of paper patterns and stuff like that. So more or less, I'm overwhelmed. I'm doing myself in. I'm overwhelming myself and giving myself anxiety over patterns for because I always try to make them, you know, to the best of my ability, as excellent, you know, as great as they can be, or as easy to follow as possible. Things like that, you know, especially with, like, you know, the shaping and the increasing and all of that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm on a rant today. And then, let's see, what else? 2 weeks of snow piled up, all ridiculousness. My poor car, from hitting into different, like, snow mounds, trying to park and stuff and pull out and just drive in general because the streets were not cleaned here. All the paint's coming off of the front of my car on the bumper and stuff like that. It's all scratched up and stuff. It's really annoying, to say the least. Anyway, what else is doing? I think that's it. I have a couple of videos in the works, and this one I'm going to start typing up, but I'm going to decide, you know, since he's done, while I'm sewing all the spots and everything. And funny thing with this one, every episode, his spots are in a different spot. So even the spots on his face, sometimes it's on his face, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's on the other side. Like, it's a whole thing. I think it's, I don't know if it's, like, meant to be a joke. I think they call them Easter eggs, when there's, like, little hidden things or whatever that you notice, or whatever, you know. But his spots are in a different spot every episode that he's on. So that's pretty funny. And I guess that's it for now, because I feel like I'm rambling about my crazy crochet. And, okay. I'm going to end off here. So, with that, I'm going to say, thank you so much for watching. As always, happy hooking, because it keeps you off the streets and keeps you out of trouble. And I'll be back real soon with my next video, vlog, tutorial, pattern, blah, blah, blah. So, and that's about it. K.Jolie, Crochet Basics, preview vlog number 66. Have a super great day. Ciao.